Alex, a human with a perpetual, slightly bemused look, sipped something steaming from a mug. Across from him sat Samar, an alien with multiple delicate appendages and eyes that seemed to absorb the starlight. Samar had been trying to understand humans for years now, and some days were more baffling than others. Today, while watching the news, he sees another news of some utterly bizarre human construct. "But why?" Samar asked again, the question hanging in the air between them. "Why build things like you do?" Alex lowered his mug.
Sorry, Samar. Like we do? How do you mean?
Samar gestured with a hesitant appendage towards a news feed displaying images of astonishing human megastructures. "Okay, you know the big brain?"
Yes, Alex nodded. Everyone knows about that, and our little brainiacs.
"Why did your race convert an entire planet into a computer?" Alex blinked slowly.
Why not?
Samar threw his appendages up in exasperation. "There's literally no practical reason to have so much computer power in a single place. And then some humans decided to build an even bigger computer. Why?"
Well, Alex began, a familiar twinkle in his eye. One of the avians told us that they had the most powerful computer in the galaxy, said our technology wasn't refined enough to build a competitor unless we used an entire planet. So we built it, used it to design smaller, more powerful computers than the avian one.
"Okay, but then why build another computer even bigger than the first one?" Samar pressed. "If your species already had even more powerful ones in smaller forms."
Ah, Alex leaned back. Because that way we could bring a new computer online even faster, skipping some R&D steps by calling up known architecture and still having a huge advantage against the avians. Plus, a mischievous grin spread across his face. Did you see the Geekbench score of the Brainiac? Crush theirs.
Samar sighed, a sound like shifting sand. Okay. But why you guys build an ocean vessel 20 miles long?
Titanic 20?
Yes. If it was a spaceship, it would be crazy enough. But why build a ship so big to use it in the sea?
Well, Alex took another sip. The Erks have the biggest ship in the galaxy, so we decided to build a bigger one.
Yes, but the ship was 2 kilometers, Samar protested. You guys terraformed a planet just to have a bigger ocean and build a ship 10 times bigger.
Exactly, Alex exclaimed. They once said their species' ocean's vessels were the biggest in the galaxy, so we built a bigger one and bigger ocean too. Had to terraform a bit, yes, but the principle stands.
Okay, but what about the iceberg?
Oh yeah, the iceberg. Alex nodded solemnly.
Oh, what about it?
Every night, Alex said, his tone shifting to one of dry, almost reverent routine. The ship deliberately seeks out and destroys an iceberg. Iceberg right ahead.
Samar stared. Oh yes, it's a revenge for something an iceberg did a long time ago, he asked, referencing a rumor he'd heard that made no logical sense.
Pretty much, Alex confirmed with a straight face.
Samar threw his appendages up again. Okay, fine, moving on. Why you guys build a ring world? There's not enough sentience in the galaxy to fill that thing.
The Ixos boasted they lived on the biggest planet in the galaxy, Alex stated, as if there were the most obvious reason in the cosmos. So we built a bigger one.
But why? Samar pleaded. There are 6 trillion living there, and this is only 25% of the area.
Yes, Alex said, a proud glint in his eye. But it's way bigger than the Ixos' home planet.
Samar rubbed his temples with a delicate appendage.
The Dyson sphere?
Well, Alex paused, leaning forward conspiratorially.
That one, I gotta agree with you, and frankly, a lot of humans too.
A flicker of relief crossed Simar's face.
Finally!
We should have built it around a B-type star, Alex finished, his expression serious. It would be way bigger. Simar stared, speechless, for several long moments. The tranquil nebula outside seemed to mock his attempt at understanding.
But that doesn't make sense, he finally stammered. The power output is so big that you get an absurd amount of energy, Alex finished, a wide, enthusiastic smile on his face. Exactly. Think of the possibilities. Infinite energy for, well, anything. Plus, I heard the Xyla were bragging about their puny K-type sphere. We couldn't let that stand, could we? But why?
Simar repeated, feeling the familiar loop of their conversation tightening around him.
What do you do with that much power? What's the point?
Alex shrugged, settling back into his chair.
Whatever we want. Powering entire fleets, terraforming worlds, building even bigger computers. It's about capability, Simar. About pushing the limits, about seeing if we can, and maybe just a little bit.
His eyes held that knowing, ancient light that Simar still didn't fully comprehend.
About proving a point. To ourselves, mostly. A point that you can build bigger?
Yeah, Alex conceded with a slight nod. Sometimes, or maybe just that we can, that we weren't satisfied with good enough or most powerful in the galaxy according to someone else's metric. There's always bigger, always more to explore, to build, to push against. It's a kind of a thing with us. He took another sip of his drink, the warm amber liquid a stark contrast to the cold, logical vastness Simar was trying to navigate. Simar looked from Alex to the distant nebula, then back to the images of impossible human constructs displayed on the newsfeed. He realized he was no closer to a logical explanation than when they started. Perhaps, he mused, logic wasn't the right framework for understanding humans. Perhaps it was something else entirely, something irrational, driven by a need to measure themselves against the universe and against each other in the most extravagant ways possible.
Right,
Simar said, a weary acceptance entering his voice.
The iceberg, right.
Alex just smiled and offered him the mug. Want some?